Alright, this is a video of mine of the Stoneman Lake area. This is outside of Sedona. Of course, the coolest thing about this site is once you get up into the air, you have this really awesome view of the rocks of Sedona. The manner in which the light reflects off the rocks in the early morning and late evening, it just makes for some really interesting sightseeing. This is a May 2007 flight. Right here I'm checking out the wing, making sure all the lines are looking okay, and I can fix any problems right now while I'm still on the ground. It's also a real good base for what the wind is doing. Basically the decision to fly or not hinges on how hard the wind is pulling on that wing. This is flight number 5 for me, so I'm still kind of in that awkward phase, trying to get used to flying this thing. My first attempt actually went pretty good. I got the wing up and nice and centered, and I started to run, and there was this little hill that I ran off of, and I was airborne for a few seconds, and then I kind of smacked into a second hill and lost my balance. In my second attempt, I pulled the wing up and it came up kind of far to the right, and before I even got the wing centered, I turned around and tried to take off. I ended up having to turn back around and straighten the wing back out and get it centered before I went. It was a pretty sloppy launch at first, but it turned out okay in the end. I actually hit a little bit of rotor off that hill in the background. That hill was a good half a mile away, but it still managed to bounce the wing around a little bit. The altitude at this site really messes with the way you take off and fly around. You get used to flying the lower sides and you don't have to give very much throttle to pick up the altitude, but it's real thin up there, and you take off and you gotta lay on it full blast just to get anywhere. Some of the campers are out there watching me fly around. It's not every day you go on a camping trip and have one of these things flying around your campsite. I was real happy with how the landing turned out. I was able to crab into the wind, kill the engine right when I needed to, and set it down right where I wanted it. Right behind the truck. It was a good day of flying. Scenic meadows, beautiful rocks, trees, campers, a chance to look way incredibly cool on camera. That's what Power Party Land's all about.